Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Etsy's new image search, which I don't think is really that big a deal, but it's something just to be aware of. And I'm not sure how many people will actually be using it. I do know that Google has a feature that's similar. Pinterest has a feature that's similar. So a lot of these platforms are getting image search. And basically, I'm not talking about like image recognition. I'm talking about image search where you can take a picture of something and it finds it on Etsy. So far, Etsy's not doing a good job of this, but it's doing an adequate job, maybe. And it just, these things get better as time goes. So I'm going to show you on my phone. I'm going to start recording on my phone and show you what this looks like. So let's go take a look. All right. I am in the Etsy app. Now, this is not the Etsy seller app. This is the Etsy app. Okay. So it's just the regular app. And what we're going to look at is this little button up at the top in the search bar that looks like a camera. You're going to tap that, and this lets you take a picture or choose a photo on your phone, and you can look for similar things on Etsy. So let's take a photo, and I'm going to show, I have my cup, okay, because I bought this from an Etsy seller who's in my eShop Success Program group, and it'll come up with the image search. I'm assuming okay, it looks like it's finding things with handles, like green, that greenish color. Not all of them are green. And this is not what I'm looking for. Okay, but it's finding some jugs, it's finding some mugs, it's finding some random stuff. There's one little polka dotted thing there. This is not the best. Okay, so now the argument could be made that this is not finding it because the background in the picture that I took isn't white. Well, I think that is probably not right, but let's go back to the image search. And I'm going to tap this again, take photo. This time I'm going to put this mug over here. I'm going to put this mug over here, and I'm going to try to take a picture where there's less stuff in the background. Photo. Okay. And we're going to use the photo there. Let's see if it brings up the actual shop, because I know that this shop is on Etsy, and it might. See, it's bringing up slightly different things. It's green. That's still a cream and sugar thing. There's a polka dot. This is a green color with the dots. That's not the right shop. There's the right shop, but it's not the right color. Okay, so it's looking for similar things, and it did find the right shop. And it's this stoneware coffee mug here. And that would take you to the shop. Now, what I was curious about, and I know that this actually is the first photo. So this is the first listing photo on Etsy. What I was curious about is whether the photo on Etsy would need to have nothing else in it, like Amazon pictures with the white background. It doesn't look that way. It doesn't look like it's doing a super fantastic job of finding other things. Here's another version of it. Okay, so this is the same shop, and we can see it says stoneware coffee mug. It's the same shop, different color, woman's hand in it. So it is finding the shop, and that it's doing a pretty good job, other than everything that's irrelevant, right? So let's go back to image search. And now I'm going to go over to Etsy. You can't see me doing this on the screen, but I'm going to go to Etsy, and I actually have the listing for this mug pulled up. And I'm going to take a picture of it. Okay, so we're going to take the photo. Here's the mug. Okay, so let's take this, and we're going to see if it finds only those mugs. Okay, use photo. And look, okay, so now it's very good at finding things if you take a picture of the exact thing. Okay, and I noticed this, I was messing around with this the other day. In my shop, when I was taking pictures of something they're obviously finding the picture based on they're looking at the picture that you took, right? So if the picture that you take is very similar to the listing photo, then they're going to do a much better job, because look, this is everything from that shop. This little planner is not, but yeah, they found a lot of things from that shop, and they found the exact picture, and they're matching it. So there you go. So to me, this says that the closer that the picture that is taken is to the listing photo, the better a job it will do, but it can do an adequate job to help people kind of get to that shop. But the intention of this is not to get people to the shop. It's to have people find things that they can then buy something similar to. And that's where the problem comes in if you're worried about your listing photos and that kind of thing. I would not invest a whole lot of time in your listing photo, like changing your listing photos around. If you do lifestyle pictures, if you do plain white backgrounds, I don't think it's going to matter that much, because it really looks like the closer that the image that you're taking, the picture that you're taking and uploading it, that's going to determine how well Etsy's able to match to the listings that are there. And how many people who are actually customers are actually going to go in and stage a photo, right? They're not going to say, I need to get a perfectly white background on this so that I match, they're just going to put their cup down in the middle of their dirty kitchen counter and take a picture of it. And also they're probably not looking for that exact thing. You know who's going to be using this image search is vintage sellers who are at estate sales and they need to see how much things cost, because basically that's what people use image search like this for. They're trying to find something exact and they're trying to find something to price match, right? So if you're at a store and you're taking pictures of things and looking to see how cheap it is on Amazon, that's what people use image search for. So it can be helpful for some people. I don't think that this is something that you should invest a tremendous amount of time to. You basically want to make every photo in your shop, and especially the first ones in the listing, because I can tell that the ones that they're bringing up here are the first listing photos in this shop. You want to make sure that that picture clearly shows the item, whether there are other things in it or not. I'm not a huge fan of photos that have a ton of props, not for this reason, but because people think they're getting everything in the picture. And then they're going to send you a nasty letter that says, why didn't I get the candle that's behind, that's the reason I'm not a big fan of lots of staging and props and stuff. Just show the item. That's really all that you can do. And as Etsy's search gets better and more sophisticated, maybe people will use it. But think about my products. I sell birthday cake decorations, right? So if someone is planning a birthday party or they're planning to buy a gift for someone and they think, oh, I would like to have a birthday party for my child, they're not going to have a picture of that to take to go and search on Etsy with image search. Okay. They're not going to have that picture. They might have gone to a friend's party that they want to copy and they took pictures and they look for that. That's very far-fetched. All right. So I wouldn't worry about this too much. I think it's a novelty. It's not the kind of thing that is going to take hold of everyone and be all the rage. You just want to have your main photo be clear about what your item is. And that's really all that you need to make sure that you're doing. But you should have been making sure of that before this, right? Okay. So give this video a thumbs up, leave me any questions, and I will talk to you later.